What is up, guys? Welcome back, and today we're playing Clash Royale. So, today I'm starting a new series called How to Play. The clan I'm currently in on my normal account is called How to Play. So if you guys want to join there, definitely do. Free code, by the way, guys, because I'm pretty sure I can trust all of you. But today, in this video, I will be teaching you how to start a simple tank push. Okay? There's multiple ways to do this, but for the sake of the video, we are going to go with a goblin push and a ranged push. So if you don't know what a goblin push is where you use a giant forward. Well, basically, depending on your arena. So for example, this is the help arena wants to start with. Say you placed a giant, you want to place it quite far behind, just the one right next to your tower, and place it to the left or right of your king tower to find out which one you want to attack. Then use spear goblins and normal goblins and put those down after to back up the giant. As the giant starts to move forward, if you start accounting enemies, for example a baby dragon, try using a musketeer or archers. So before I start explaining, let's get straight in, and after this I'll show you guys some strategies. So I'm going to be doing training matches for these tips and tricks because there's obviously the problem of losing trophies that I don't want to lose, and plus I might not be able to show them. So here, since we don't have our giant tank, well, a tank is anything with high hit points. This one's got 660, which really isn't bad. So if you have people attacking with things like level 2 goblins, that's fine, you can ignore that. When they start attacking with baby dragons, use something like an attack that troop and slowly take it down. If the enemy starts before you, leave a tower he chooses and counter tower. So use attack the other tower, the opposite tower on his side. So we're going to start our tank push now. We're going to start with a ranged push. So we put our mini pecker ahead. As he starts to move forward, get the archers ready. We'll place them behind to take out anything in front. Then we'll use, in fact we might even go for a bomber just to take out large groups of enemies. Here, now we can start our goblin push. So we'll start with the goblins down. I'm just going to use a dragon over here just to sort those out. Smash. Okay, so as you can see, this goblin attack the goblins did manage to get to the tower, which did take it out. But for now, we can go with the double tank push. Time to teach you a new strategy. Double tank push. Use 2 tanks, for example, a giant and a mini pecker. This is just for example. And you can use any sort of troop behind. So you can use a goblin push or a range push. For this example, we're going to go with the rage push. So 5, 6, 7. You want to wait till you've got an ample amount. So just enough. There we go. There's just enough to add both our range troops and get some goblins as well to finish it off, in case your tanks do not finish it off. As you can see, the P.E.K.K.A does a lot of damage, so it's the best tank to put forward and then put the giant behind if you're doing a double tank push. This is not one of the best strategies to do during a game, because obviously you have to have a few cheap cards. For example, here we've got our 2 goblins and we've got our 2 bomber and archers. I could go cheaper, but I really don't want to. So, that was a tank push. Now I'm going to go with an air tank push. The only air tank that I have at the moment is a baby dragon, so we might end up going for a double tank push. That is called a variety tank push. So that is a tank for the ground and tank in the air with range troops behind it. So this might not work. I'll have to show you the strategies as we go into the training camps, because obviously you'll start with a different hand every time. Just like that, we've got a perfect hand to start with. So we're going to wait for 10, and hopefully he'll attack once he reaches 10 elixir, because that's what the trainers do usually. And I'll be able to tell not only what cards he has, and be able to counter them, but also what side he's attacking. So, here we go, we're going to start the double tank push now. Then we're going to slowly lead in the troops. Right, now we'll drop our musketeer. There we go. Now we'll drop in the spear goblins. Okay, so they took out our first tower. That's not that bad. He still has a giant alive, so we're just going to use the bomber to take out the giant and any other remaining enemies. we got the giant's about to go. Now here the musketeer is slowly taking away at that tower. It is around 100 damage per shot, so it's not exactly the wildest tool to win. And here we go, we're going to put another tank up with a goblin push. Use the goblins just to get in there quickly. Actually, it looks like we didn't need the attacker after all. But we got it in there anyway, because you can't be too careful. You always got to be careful. And if you're in high arenas, you always need to be ready to place that next troop. So for example, if you place a tank and they get ready to counter it with, say, a skeleton army, then you have a slight problem because it spawns a lot of skeletons, as we can see here at deploys 20. And surround a large amount of small enemies, or more than one of an enemy with high hit points against one large enemy, will be able to take it out. So for example, skeleton army is effective against giants, and don't know why I went in this. Giants. Okay, now I can actually show you in the game situation. So show what I was saying just then. I'm going to show you what it's like in the game situation. So, we're about to reach 10. This guy might be a new person. He might have played the game before and has got stuck in counters like me. So we're just going to find out what he's doing. Okay, he does have a second account, because he knows about the wait to elixir and just staying until they attack. So he placed a musketeer, and it's going to go to our tower over here. And he's also placed one of those. Now obviously we're going to need to actually take this out, so I can't really show you the first push yet, because we're going to need to be able to take these out. But here we go, we've actually got an air push going on here. Baby dragon and 3 ranged. We might actually make that 6. There we go, 6 ranged. We want to do the most amount of damage, but they're good. They're good for our purpose. Alright, so we're going to take down that. He's nearly taken out both our towers, but we might actually be able to take out his first one if we just go for a double tank push. So he's going to deploy 2 of those, which we're going to simply destroy with the bomber. We should be able to take out both of them in one shot, maybe 2. Yeah, there we go, 2 shots. That's one thing you need to remember, guys. If they're on low health, but they're near your tower, they will leave them alone, and the tower will be able to take them out. So you need to be wary of that. It can be a good thing, sometimes it can be a bad thing. So we'll put your mini packer here and thing here, especially if in higher arenas, because there's a chance they have a freeze spell and they will freeze your tower. And here we go, we have the same problem as last time, so we're going to start a variety push. Now this is 3 tanks, and I do not recommend you do this, because technically it was a really stupid move for me to do that, because right now we're really low on elixir and he has the elixir advantage. If you don't know what that means, he has more elixir than we do and it's generating faster, and he's just getting more and more troops and less cards becoming grey. So now we're going to place our first ranged troop, and we didn't need to. We won. So yeah, that is an example of a ranged, a variety, and a triple tank push, which I do not recommend. Triple tank push is for people who are experienced and know how to play the game. Not saying that I'm the best, calm your buttholes. Just saying it's mainly for those type of people. I didn't get the greatest thing, because I would like to have shown you range for the witch, but I'll talk about that instead. So when you're doing a tank push, say with a mini P.E.K.K.A, a giant. Okay, we're just talking about running one here. So we'll go a mini P.E.K.K.A or a giant, and you've got the witch in your chest. The witch you want to place behind. You want to let one of these go first. If you have both of them, let both of them go. And once they reach, put the witch in behind them, and just let them walk along and generate 10 elixir. If you have arrows in your hand, keep them ready. If you have fireball in your hand, keep it ready. And if you have a spawn in your hand, keep it ready. I'm going to show you a spawner tactic in a second, so let me just switch around my deck here. We're going with the heavy goblin. Okay, so there's different types of... Yeah, I'm going to start explaining a lot of things. There are different types of decks. This is called a heavy goblin deck because the majority of this is goblins, because nothing else is more than one of them. So we have goblin heart, goblins, and spear goblins. Do remember, spear goblins attack air, attack ground, and cannot attack air. And we also have this just for backup. Mini P.E.K.K.A, not bad. So we're going to training match first, just to show you how it works, and then we're going to put another live attack. Here we go. He's giving us the good luck. We're going to place our spawner first. We'll wait for him to attack, and then we'll place our spawner. The spawner is a great way to have an infinite amount of push. Well, not infinite, but it basically makes sure that every time you go for a push, there's always a ranged troop, even if there's only one spear goblin. It is a great way of making sure you always have a push. Because look, now we have 2 pushes going, because we have more than one, and we even have 3 now, because we have a goblin. So we've got all the pushes we can here, and we're slowly taking it down. I'm going to quickly put one of those. Didn't realize I didn't have a giant, so I only have 2 tanks in this one. But now we're going to have to wait for 5 so then we can place our next spawner. Okay, we don't need to. When you get new spawners, you're going to have to kind of decide over which one you like the most. Or, even if you've got all the spawners, then your best bet is to go with 4 spawners, 4 troops. 2 tanks, 2 cheaps. Cheap, I mean goblins or skeletons, because you need like really cheap troops, because otherwise they're too expensive for you to do anything with. And you'll just have grey cards most of the time. So, just before we end, I don't think I'll actually do a live battle because I don't have enough practice with the spawner. In fact, no, I should do this. I don't have very much practice with the spawner, so I will lose this. Okay, we've got a spawner straight away, and we also got tanks straight away. That's good. That's good right there. You'll learn. I'd go and watch Nick at Night's videos if I were you for more tips and tricks, because he's in Legendary Arena and he has more troops and he can tell you how to develop higher troops and what to do with them, and how to counter-attack other troops, which I'm going to explain in a second. Right, so with certain troops, you're going to need to find a counter-attack for, because they're just too strong. And now we've got a really hard counter-attack, so we're going to have to use the fireball on these, because there is just no troop that can counter-attack that. Because if we use 3 goblins, which is what I would use to take out a musketeer, that bomber would just stomp us. If you do have a bomber, your best bet is a high hit point but damaging troop. Mini P.E.K.K.A. I'd go with. As long as he's near your tower, you're not near his. So I've been talking for too long, not focusing on my pushes. So now I've got a chance to place down my second spawner. Here we go. As my first one dies away. Remember, they do have a time limit for how long they survive. I don't know if it actually says what the time limit is when I hold them down, but we'll find out. So we place our archers here. Now we have a very much of a ranged non-push, because we don't have any sort of tank in there. Okay, so actually no, the push is real right now. We could actually have this. So we're going to pop our mini P.E.K.K.A. ahead, hoping that we're going to get a spear goblin behind. There we go, we did. And we'll get even more behind. We'll get 4 more behind. And then we use those to do that. There we go. And just as our thing dies out, we place another. In fact, I don't think I'll actually do that. I'll make a double tank push. Double tank push. Yes. So this double tank push is kind of just giving us a definite lead here, because he placed the wrong type of troops to get rid of our little thing there. Again, with the knight. With the knight, you want a troop that does range damage and high hit points. Not high hit points, sorry. High damage per DPS, basically. So what we want to do here is we want to do that. Double elixir is your best chance. Use your cheap cards and just swarm their base with lots and lots and lots of cheap cards, which can just keep spamming and spamming and spamming. If that's how you work, and as long as you have 3 solid defenses, I'd go with an Inferno Tower, a cannon, and an Expo, and you place those all down, and you just gather all the elixir, and carry on going until double elixir, and you don't die. That's exactly what I would do. I would just keep going and going and going, and hope that when it comes to double elixir, we just swarm his base and win. Because you'd only need to take out 1 tower to get at least a draw, unless this guy's very skilled, and yeah, we're just going to place a fireball there because we can. Man, it's good to be a gangster. I bet he feels really ashamed about that. Well played. I will be changing my name soon. It used to be my old name, and one that I was really fantasizing about, because I used to have it all the time. We've got a gold chest here, and just because I'm recording, I'll go and open it. And we'll wait for our next one. We'll open our next one tomorrow. Cancel, cancel, cancel. No! Well, it looks like we can open our crown chest as well, if we can take out one of the things. That wasn't actually a bad spawn push there. And again, for this, you want to just fireball the middle of that, because there's not really any boosh, any kind of counterattack to that. There's a counterattack to a mini P.E.K.K.A, but not to a skeleton army and a mini P.E.K.K.A. There is not usually a counterattack to 2 enemies at once. I mean, look at this bomber. Watch. Boom. Gone. Barbarians aren't bad against the bomber I'd put out there, because they are quite strong, and they do a lot of damage. They've got a lot of hit points, and they're close range as well. So you can't get like a range shot. Hopefully you're gonna get distracted. And this giant has got to go. Where they go, our tank push works. You put down another goblin just to get double tank up. Right, that's another thing. Every time, I know I'm saying a lot of tips and tricks and it's really hard to take in. If you did not understand anything that I said, like if there was something in general that you really want to know and you just don't understand from what I've done here, speak to me directly at aidenducas321@gmail.com and contact me directly so then I can actually help you, because I think it's really nice to help other people become better at games that they really want to play. Because otherwise, most people who really want to play to win feel quite bored the fact that they can't get anywhere. So I think it's really nice. And there we go, we've got double tank push here. So yeah, like I said, just contact me directly. That is aidenducas321@gmail.com. I will put it in the description. I'll also put it on screen for you guys to see. There we go. We won 3-0. We only needed one thing, so I was thinking of being nice to him and just leave him. But here, right, we're gonna open our gold chest here. We've got a goblin, 3 more goblins, 5 more bombers, and we got our first Valkyrie. Good. Valkyrie, I'll be covering next week, tomorrow. So just gonna pop that in our deck now. Deck 3. I'll change for the bomber. Very, very effective against skeleton army right there. Very effective. It does round damage. Very effective. Those two are very effective against each other. A mini P.E.K.K.A will murder Valkyrie. If I say Valkyrie sometimes, please tell me, because I know that a lot of people find it really annoying. There we go, 8 of those, 2 fireballs. That wasn't really that bad. We'll upgrade everything now. Hopefully we can actually go to level 3, and I can join the clan and show you guys it. Oh, we might be. Oh, we might do. Yeah, we're still going to join the clan. Yay, we did it. Okay, so we're now level 3. We'll upgrade this again. Right. Every time you level up, it will increase your King Tower health and damage, and your Arena Tower health and damage. Your Arena Towers are the 2 on the side, and your King's Tower is one in the middle. Now, that's all you get when you level up, so don't be expecting anything else. I'm going to watch a replay, because I think he gets me 100 coins. Oh no, 5. I need to join a clan, and then I'll get 100 gems. Search. Here you go, guys. Put it on screen now. So just search for that. It should look like this guy here, and these 2 will be in. This guy is my little brother, who will be doing videos himself. Here's his deck. Look at that. Incredible that. So we're just going to join here. Team player. I do think it's just slightly OP, but this is how many gems you get from it. 100 just from joining a clan. I mean, are you serious? So I'm even going to open this for you guys as well. There we go. So here's my deck, guys. Remember, just if you guys want to see it and want to copy it just for your things, there you go. So, thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!